Hello, my friends. This is Andy coming to you live using StreamYard here on a Thursday afternoon to 11 p.m. in California. A really odd time to be on, I know. However, last night I finally completed the first phase of my training going live with StreamYard 2.0. Why is it 2.0? It's because there's been a lot of other training programs I put together. Some of them are very extensive. I think I have like 40 videos on one of my last training programs. It talks about a lot about live streaming, talks about purpose-driven content, talks about how to launch your product, how to launch your podcast, how to create a podcast. It has a whole bunch of stuff. Well, I'm going to retire that one. I'm now moving into the 2.0 area of these programs. And because why is it necessary to do that? Because as you know, if you've been in this industry of online marketing, social media marketing, that kind of thing, using some of the tools that are out there, things change rapidly. It wasn't that long ago I was using something called Blab. Blab doesn't exist anymore. Meerkat, I was using that. Meerkat doesn't exist anymore. At least I don't think it does. Periscope used to be a standalone product. It is now a part of Twitter, right? And so that's why you need to have a 2.0. You need to move on. The other thing is that using StreamYard, my favorite platform, and I use others. I still do use others, but StreamYard is my favorite, and I do love using it and teaching people about it. Why? Because it's easy. Those of you that are just thinking about getting started going live and doing live streaming, because I'm broadcasting on 3 different Facebook pages right now. 2 of them are groups, and one of them is a page, my personal page. I got YouTube and I got Twitter currently. And those of you that are in the book publishers group, you may be suggesting to your clients that you're teaching them either how to write a book and launch it, or you're writing it for them, or editing, whatever it is, whatever reasons you are in that group, you have clients, and you need to tell them the best way to broadcast your expertise and your authority in whatever niche you're in is through live streaming. That's just the way that it is now. It used to be, back before we had all these platforms, was to get on television, right? If you could write a book, become a best-selling author, you would then be a guest on television shows, The Tonight Show, The Today Show, what's one I can go way back, The Merv Griffin Show, or Mike Douglas, right? Get on one of those shows. And that was the way that you showed your authority, because they would say, hey, here's #1 best-selling author, blah, blah, blah. Or here is the owner of whatever. Or here is the guy who won a gold medal in the Olympics, right? Those things, those titles would get you on television. Then you'd have the opportunity to tell people why they should either buy something you have going on, some type of training program. If you're a gold medalist, quite often you get into now the training business, teach other people how to become successful in athletics or become more fit, that kind of thing. You look at people like Chuck Norris and that kind of stuff. He was a movie star, karate star, and then got into the fitness business. Why? Because he had an authority from what he had done in his past, and now being on television, being on infomercials, gave him an avenue to tell people about what he knew and how he could change your life, right? And so now you have this opportunity. This is a great time to be alive, regardless of everything else. Everything else is going to settle down in the world. Don't worry about it. This is an opportunity, though, to look for things that you can become an authority in. Maybe last week or before the pandemic, there wasn't something that you possibly had any authority in. And now suddenly, through the pandemic, you've discovered that you're great at X, cooking. You're great at fitness. You're great at homeschooling, right? Oh, there's a good one, right? If you are a parent and you have become successful in navigating through getting your children through homeschooling or distance schooling. I have 5 children, 6, 9, 12, 14, 26. 4 of them obviously are still in school. It was a pretty big change for me to go to having them home and now being a homeschool teacher, which I am not. I'm going to tell you right now, I am not. And so that is the thing. So again, now back to the premise is that now maybe some of us, right? I discovered that I'm not particularly skilled at homeschooling. And that's not my niche. I've always known that. That's why I put my kids in public school, right? But some of you have done very well. And who knows what's going to happen in the future. So there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be making a decision whether they are going to send their kids back to school, do partial homeschooling, or completely homeschooling. You may have an authority or an expertise. And I know that you probably do. And you've thought about it, but you're hesitating. Oh, who's going to follow me? Who's going to, who's going to think that I know what I'm talking about? You know more than most people. I can tell you, if you feel like something's pulling on you and you've been successful at scheduling, navigating through all of the Google Classroom, and man, I can't even think of the names of them. And I was using them every day, and now I can't think of one name. That's how bad I was at it. Google Classroom, Google, Documents, and then all the other things. There were tons of apps that we had to use through out the last few months. All right, that's one example. Maybe it's cooking. Maybe you've learned, hey, I'm a really good cook. Through this pandemic, I've had to learn to cook, and I have a couple of cool recipes. I've learned how to use some tools and some quick, some systems that allow me to cook a meal very quickly and have it up and running. I can do my job at the computer or wherever I do my job, and then I can get in the kitchen and make a meal within about 15 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever that is. That may be a skill that you could put together a training program or a live broadcast, and then that brings us to this point right here. All right, so I have created a new program. I'm in the first phase of the program, and this is the basics of going live on StreamYard and the things you need to know before you go live. Now, to some people, it may be advanced. So if you've been going live, but you've been struggling with this and that and the other thing, this may be perfect for you. Even though you've been going live for a period of time, this may be something that you may need. Let me show you what it looks like. I should have had this up and running before, but I didn't. Let me go ahead and grab this. Here we go. All right, so I'm gonna share my screen here. I'm gonna get rid of this lower third so you can kind of see what's going on. This is the inside of my program, and this is the home page. But as we go, there we go. As we scroll down here, you see the contents. These are the posts. It will start with welcome to live streaming, and then we have what is your character. This has to do with who you're gonna. Who do you want the audience to see when you go live? What is your character? It doesn't mean you're going to make up a character. It just means that you want to stay consistent on who you are throughout your live broadcast. Now, it could change as time goes on. You can discover, you know what, I'm not as funny as I thought. I'm not as whatever, right? And so you may have this idea in the beginning, but also be flexible. But you want to be able to build on a character that you know that you are, that you have a sense of humor, that you like to talk, that you love to teach, whatever it is. You just want to focus on that just to make sure you're consistent through your broadcast. And I talk about that in that particular video. Get to know StreamYard. I'll show you around the StreamYard, the basics of StreamYard. I'm not going to go too deep in this video, but later on I will. What you need to consider before you go live. Connectivity. Why is it important to be very connected to your internet? And what are some of the things you need to keep in mind before you go live? And then we're going to actually go live. And these are the training videos. These are just the first 6. I can probably tell you that the next 2 categories that I'm going to be going to, which is a little bit more advanced and then very advanced, where we'll be sharing our screens. We will be, like I'm doing now, we will showing you how to show a video. So if I click on this one right now, this would be one of the training videos, and you hit play. All right, my friend, we're going to get started with StreamYard. So I will show you how it is and when it is that you want to do that, and the different things you want to take into consideration before you go live and then run a video on your live. So I'll be showing you how to do all that stuff. In the first phase, though, we're just going to concentrate on the basics, making sure they're getting things set up correctly. Now, I don't want you to think that we're going to go into a completely professional studio setting where I'm going to help you build a studio. That may be later, but really the first one is just simply, I want you to go live. That is one of the hardest things for many people to do. I talk to people all the time that have just written a book, that just have decided they want to start their own podcast, or they want to do their own thing. And the most difficult thing is, well, I just can't seem to go. I don't know what to talk about. I don't know if anybody wants to listen to me. I'm worried that nobody's going to watch. All these excuses that you're making about not going live. I don't want to make it so complicated in this first phase that will be your excuse. Because it'll be very easy for many of you to look at the opportunity of going live and stop because you think that using maybe StreamYard is too difficult, or that I don't have the right lighting, or I don't have a place where I can do it where it looks good, behind me, or whatever. Or I want a whiteboard like Andy has. Like, I don't know why, but I like the whiteboard. I like having it there. I don't always use it. As a matter of fact, I rarely use it, but it's there when I need it, right? And so these are all things that you can use as an excuse that you don't have something that somebody else has. As a police officer and canine handler, and then eventually a canine trainer, one of the things I heard every so often as I was training police handlers and their dogs, is that a handler would be complaining about the dog that they have. And yet they would never work hard with the dog that they have to make the dog better and to make them better as a team, right? They would always first complain about that they don't have, well, I want that guy's dog because that dog is so much better than mine. Well, how do you know? You've never done anything with this dog to help him improve or you improve with him. You're so busy sitting back complaining about what somebody else has, and yet you've never done anything with what you have, which is often great. It's just that you're using that as an excuse not to move forward or do what it is that you need to do. So don't use what you don't have, what you perceive that you don't have, as an excuse. You have everything that it takes. I can promise you that. You know something that somebody else doesn't, and there's somebody out there that needs to know what you know. And until you push the live button and begin to go live, that you may never get that message out where people can see it and people will begin to buy whatever it is you have to offer. Yeah, you can sell anything. I like how to keep a house clean, right? You could sell a training program on how to keep a house clean. How many people you can sell? No, I'm not going to say. You can sell to people that I know in my family. You can come up with a program that helps people become more clean. Help improve their cleanliness. How about that? That's a better way of saying it, I think. And so you could literally do that and be successful. You could be the person of. You could be Shannon, the cleanliness woman. What's another way of putting that? Cleopatra clean. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something that's not working right now. My imagination is not helping me out right now. But you can come up with something, right? You could be the person that teaches people how to be clean. There's many kids in their late teens, mid-teens, late teens, early 20s, early 30s, 40s that have trouble with adulting, right? There's certain things that some people just don't know how to do. Like I tell my kids all the time, I said, I need you to go do the wash. Why do I want them to do the wash now? Is it because I'm a torturous, horrible dad? No, it's not. It's because I want them to learn how to use the wash machine. I want them to learn how to wash their clothes, right? It's not like I'm telling them to go, hey, go down to the river, get a couple rocks and clean your clothes. No, we have machines, right? We have a washer and we have a dryer. There's very few things you need to know about it, but you still need to know how to do it. And if you don't, that excuse that I don't know how to clean my clothes is going to be that thing, right? After that, we're going to teach you how to maybe cook a couple things, how to cook breakfast, how to cook lunch, how to cook dinner, right? Very basic things, and how to navigate through the kitchen, what tools may need to be used. And then we're going to teach you how to take care of your car. There's certain things that are really important about taking a car, changing the oil, having it changed for you. Looking at the tires, making sure that the tires aren't so bald that when it rains the very first time that you spin out and crash into a tree. How to keep the car clean so that when somebody gets in, they're not going, oh my God, I'm not sure I want to sit in your car because it's really nasty, right? There is a program, I promise you, that you can put together in anything that it is that you know. Do you know anything about trains? Model trains? Do you know anything about watching birds? Do you know anything about cleaning pools? Do you know anything about tending to a yard? You could put together a training program and you could go live and tell people about that thing. So what I want you to do is to get started is that I have this training program. Again, you could price things at anything. I'm pricing this at the lowest price that I think is reasonable. I don't want to make it free necessarily, because if I make it free, there's no value to it. It's $4.99. Can you afford $4.99 for the basic program? You just need to go to joinmelive.live. Joinmelive.live. Go there. A video is there for you to watch. It's essentially talking about what I'm talking about now. And then it tells you to take action. Just hit the buy button. You can pay with PayPal or a credit card, but it's $4.99. I don't know how I can make it less expensive than that. That'll get you into the basic program. When the intermediate and advanced program, you will get discounts, and the other programs are not going to be expensive either. They're going to be very inexpensive for those of you that are already in. So if you get in $4.99, you will have an opportunity to get in those other ones for about the same price. It may be $6.99, something like that. It depends on how many videos I put in there, because again, it has to do with value. And I want to teach you about value if that's something that you're not really attuned to, that your experience, your knowledge, the things that you've been through are valuable. And unless you value them, they won't be valued by others. right? So I've been going live since way before even Facebook existed. Back when YouTube first started, I was doing stuff with Wirecast, and that was even before Blab and all those other things. So I've been doing this a very long time. So there's got to be some value to that, and I want you to understand that if I make this free, that means that I don't value my experience, and then you're going to think, well, why is he going to do it? He must not be very good, right? So there has to be something. $4.99 really is nothing, since I charge a lot more money for other stuff. But I really feel strongly that this is something that I need to show people how to do, because I think there's value in it for our world. Our world needs people to teach valuable information. I brought up some of those things that I think are really important, right? Adulting, knowing how to take care of yourself, how to do that kind of stuff, how to stay clean in a home, how to take care of things, how to take care of your house and your lawn and your pool, or if you have one, or whatever it is, right? How to teach your children. All of those things are extremely important. And those are just some of the things that I think that are needed in our world right now. There's not enough of that. And you watching have that very thing. Those of you that are in the book publishers group, you have something to pass on to the people that are writing a book. If they're going to ask you, what do I do now that I'm a #1 best-selling author? Get on TV. All right, well, how do I do that? All right, well, here is a training program, or here's something I can show you or give you in addition to as a bonus for hiring me to help you write your book. I have this training program that will show you what to do now that you've written your book. Putting together that training program for your clients is going to make you more valuable in the long run, because not only did you just help them write their book, you're now helping them use that book as a platform or a ladder to more success. Because many of us, I've written 9 #1 best-selling books, all of them except for maybe one, and there might have been a second one there. Now, if I'm thinking about it, there's probably 2 that didn't get me on television talking about the book. One of them was even with my son. When my son was only 9 years old, he's now 14. When he was 9, he and I wrote a children's book. We got on television because of that book. And so this is your opportunity to even more so build your platform. If you can't get on television, why not create a television show for yourself? And then a podcast, and then broadcast on all these different platforms. Like I said, right now, I'm running live on 3 different Facebook pages, YouTube, and Twitter. Normally, I also include Twitch, but I'm not on Twitch right now. And then you could also do LinkedIn. If you have permission to go live on LinkedIn, you could also go live on LinkedIn using StreamYard. So go to joinmelive.live and go and get in $4.99. That will be going up in 7 days. I almost held up one hand. 7 days, it'll be going up to $14.99. So for right now, it's $4.99. In 7 days from now, the price will be going up to $14.99. All right. So, and again, if you get in on the $14.99 rate, I will make sure and give you the biggest discount for the intermediate and advanced portions of the modules that will be coming up in the near future. Those are the ones that we're going to use, 2 different cameras, and you'll be running a 2-camera shot show on all these platforms, how to share your screen and what to consider when you're sharing your screen, how to use slides to teach a webinar using StreamYard, how to invite guests and interviewing people, and then further and further and further, how to use your phone in running StreamYard and remotely doing a StreamYard interview and that kind of stuff. So go to joinmelive.live. Again, this is for the basic program, $4.99. When the intermediate and advanced, you'll be the first to know. I'll get you in first so that we can refine it. You can tell me what it is you want. Hey, I want to know how to do this thing, and I think it should be in this phase. And if it fits in there, I will make sure and make that happen. So it'll be important if you want a program that is that speaks to you and what it is you want. It's important you get in now. Again, it's a one-time payment, $4.99. It's not weekly. It's not monthly. It's nothing. It's just $4.99. You're in. Once you're in as the initial group, you will always get notified first on the next training programs that are going to be coming in, and they will be at a hugely discounted rate, and very much so, just like we went into. So go to joinmelive.live. Joinmelive.live. If you have any problems getting in, let me know. And we're going to be using this program called StreamYard. The program that I'm using now to go live. It's going to be all about StreamYard. Now, if you use something else like BeLive or Ecamm or something like that, will you be able to get something out of it? Yes. It's just the tool I'm going to be using in the training program is going to be StreamYard. So it will help. Much of what I'm going to be teaching applies to all those programs too. It really does. I've used BeLive for probably 4 years before I went over to StreamYard. I've used Ecamm. I've used, what's my other favorite one? Can't think of the name of it. Whatever. Of course, you could use Zoom. You could use Blue Jeans. I've used all of those. Of course, we use Zoom every day. I just used Zoom this morning. And oh my gosh, there's another one that I love using. I just can't think of the name of it. Shoot. So sorry, company, if you're watching right now, but I do use you guys a lot. This program will even help you if you're in all those other programs. You don't have to necessarily be in StreamYard. It's just the tool that I'm using to do the demonstrations is going to be StreamYard. And so I just don't want you to be confused by that fact. And so jump right in. So use StreamYard if you want to. If not, you could use any other program, but go to joinmelive.live. Funny enough, I have very few comments because I have not asked for any. That's one of the things that we will talk to you about is how is it you get comments. On other shows, I talk about comments all the time. I say, who let me know who's watching. Make sure and comment. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what you think about what I'm doing. And then I'll push a little bit more in the comment area. This show is not one of those shows where I have really focused on comments. And so hence, thank you, Eric. Once you ask, again, this is an important thing. All right, I'm gonna tell you that one of the most important things that you can do on a live stream, is to tell people what to do. I just said somebody needs to comment. And what happened? Eric, my friend, commented right away. It's not that he's a sheep. It's not that anything. It's not that he's well trained. It's just that you need to tell people what to do so that you can begin to get people to boost your live. That is not necessarily what I'm doing here. I'm going live just in the platforms that I'm going live, and I'm expecting the people that are closest to me to see this, to get inside so that I know that I can have a communication with those people. I'm not that interested right now for it to go out into the wild, because what I want is people that I can trust to get in and go in and begin to look at some of the videos and then give me their thoughts where they want the program to go so it can help them. Right. And that's only really going to work with people that I know really well. And then once it gets ready for prime time and it's got more tools and things in there that I think is going to reach other people, the price will go up. And now I'll be able to push it at eventually for $24.99. And it'll be a much more likely to be approved and loved by other people coming in. Does that all make sense? And so that is the thing. Let's see here. I don't even follow directions very well. All right. Well, you just did. And I appreciate it very much. But again, this is one of those things that just kind of is an example of once you tell people what to do, then it's likely that they'll do it. I've even got a few comments here, thumbs up and things like that from Sanchez Aaron and Joe and Amir. I appreciate you guys with your thumbs up over there too. All right, my friends, I appreciate you very much. Make sure and let me know once you get in. Sorry, I was looking at something else that popped up as a message separately. All right. So make sure when you get in that you let me know what it is you like, what you don't like, what you need added, what you think should be in the next set of programs, and what it is you're really looking forward to learning. And I'll be more than happy to consider those and adding them if it's one of those things that will fit into what I'm doing. All right. So go to joinmelive.live when you are ready to join, and then the program is StreamYard, and for my affiliate link, you're going to go to getstreamyard.live, and you'll begin using it there. And again, this program here is not necessarily only for StreamYarders. However, again, one more time, just to make sure this is clear, I'm going to be using StreamYard to demonstrate what it is that you do when you go live. And so if you're using Ecamm or BeLive or Blue Jeans or Zoom or the other one that I can't think of right now, why is it I can't think of the name of it? It uses iPads only and iPhones. Oh my God, I can't believe I can't remember the name of it. But you can still use those. All right, that's it. That's all you really need to know. All right, my friends, I appreciate you watching and sharing out with anybody else you think may benefit from being a part of the beta program that we have going on right now. Again, only $4.99. Go to joinmelive.live. Joinmelive.live. Go there, and you know what? I'm going to actually put it in the comments if I have it. Hopefully, I have it already. Yep, I do. All right, I'm going to put it in the comments, so you can click on it too. If it jumps into the comments there, you can just click on it and go live, and just get $4.99. You can take PayPal, credit card. It doesn't matter. Just go live and join me on live streaming with StreamYard 2.0. All right. Sorry, I got like 3 things that are popping up on my screen. Comments in other areas that are coming up, and they're actually pretty funny. I just can't share, and I wanted to share so bad. All right, my friends. I love you guys. Have a great day. I'll be on later on tonight on my other show. So if you want to go live on StreamYard, if you want to go live, period, go to joinmelive.live. All right, that's it. I will talk to you later.